master. I feel them. Y'all ready? They ready? Well, come on. Y'all ready? They ready? We ready? We ready? Come to do the rest. Step in the way, multiple shots are going through the tech.
Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine. I don't need the ice. It's real tough. Yeah. Speaking on the times, cause my people need to see. Third eye blind, no, they lying through their teeth. They tryna loop the time, tryna keep us in a sleep. But you know we gotta rise like the steam in the heat. Quantum physics to a beat, how time zones lead. It matter just the data that your brain gon' see. How can we master all that photon light? Avatar the body, just the temple, do you see? The deities surround me, I put a please. Breathe deep, I push cheese like Bruce Lee. Yo, it's Dragon Ball Z, I Super Saiyan 3. Yeah, we finna walk them down, any town, any street. New world on horizon, I can see the silver lining. Cause the sun gon' shine, then we all keep shining. Mighty lion can heal the pain, you know his name. But they stand on the same old thing. They playing, well let's talk about it. Round table full of melanites. Crystal body gon' shine, I don't need the ice. D&D, me, we gon' see it's right. My people so divine, know it's our time. Let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Let's have the conversation.
I don't want to hear that he say, that she say. You listening to Parasites on replay. They talking to
Greetings and welcome to another episode of Let's Have the Conversation. Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Y'all looking good?
Listen, good. We get
doing good. Greetings.
Connected. Period.
Hey committee, how y'all doing down there, out there? Hope y'all doing good. We've missed you. Yes. Everybody doing good?
I'm doing good.
Absolutely.
Doing good,
Yeah.
feeling good,
Looking good.
looking good.
Yes. Yes. Everybody looking spectacular. Spectacular.
And is. Do y'all remember getting y'all asses whooped? Was anybody getting spankings back in the day?
Yes.
I did. And my cousins, them, they would sometimes tease us, especially if we got our ass whooped at my grandma's house in front of everybody. But can you imagine getting your ass whooped on IG Live? Chaz, let's go into the teen, please. They got her ass whooped online. She got beat up like a grown woman. Let's talk about it.
Yes, y'all. So I believe the girl was 16, and I don't really know too much of the situation that happened. All I know is the girl was fighting at school, and the mom took her phone and started recording it on IG Live with her daughter's phone, and basically was like, "Oh, you want to fight in school? Hit me," and all that. And she was like, "You want to fight me?" The mom was like, "You want to fight me?" And basically the daughter was like, "Yeah." So they just started fighting. She swung on it with a belt and everything. I have a video for it. Let me see this. It might be a little too long. Let me see if I can put it.
Is it the fight that I've been looking for? I want to see the fight. Because see, 16 is kick your ass age to me.
They removed the video. Let me see. I'm put this one up.
We can. Let's hit then, baby. Let's hit. Let's the fuck hit. Fuck you mean? So you want to fight? You don't want to fight me?
Okay, so they not pulling up the full video on there, but the full video is more detailed. So basically, after that,
the mama look pregnant.
She is. She's very much so.
Is.
I'm gonna say this. I don't really know too much about what the daughter did or how it went down, but as a daughter. You know what I'm saying? I feel like parenting is so important. For the simple fact that why is your daughter fighting at school and why does she think she tough enough to say, yeah, I'll fight you too? You know what I'm saying? Like, I fight you too. I put my hand, like, she's comfortable in that position. And not only that, it's nothing wrong with embarrassing your kid. I really feel like it's nothing wrong with it. But at the same time, it's how you go about doing it. She's basically calling her all kind of bitches, and some of the kids was typing stuff in the comments and stuff like that. And the mom, some boy was like, "Oh, she sucked me up. Oh, she slept with everybody and all that." And the mama started busting out laughing about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just a little. Some of it was a little downgrading. But yeah, after that, little fight broke out. She told the girl to pack her stuff, get out, and basically was just degrading her and all of that. You know, I just feel like some of it was just taken too out of context. You know what I'm saying? So what you guys thought on that?
I feel the same way, Chaz. I feel it's been to where they're putting a lot of things on the media where they're showing abuse. Now, I do support, putting discipline in the household, but being on live, knowing how stipulations are, she's pregnant, and then she's a Melaninite woman. Girl, anybody could have called CPS. That's the only thing that I was just thinking, like, how this world is. Yes, you do need to have discipline, but also you got to think in the back of your head, I'm gonna discipline you off cam. I'm gonna talk my shit to you. I'm gonna let them know, girl, I know that it's about to go down, but I'm gonna show you what's about to go down for real. But girl, you done left a virtual footprint if anything were to happen and you are still with child. And that's the only thing that I have, like, in that retrospect of it, that I think that she shouldn't have done, because it could have put her in a lot of, sticky situations, and even sticky situations to come after she has this baby. That's the only thing that I find that's kind of like, girl, this is muddy waters, what you're doing. But other than that, I support the discipline. I just don't support everything else that she didn't think of while disciplining.
Okay, so it's all honesty. In all honesty, it's a little bit too much. Like, I seen a cousin say that she's harboring some resentment. I can fully see that. It was much more aggressive than it needs to be, and I feel like we've seen this. We've seen this over and over again, or the mom does too much. But I just feel like putting it on live on Facebook, like, like you said, you're gonna get taken away. Like, that's literally all they need. They don't need anything else at all to do a check and to take her and her other kids out of her care. Like, it's not gonna only be the teenager. Like, that's now she becomes a threat to everybody, to all the children that if she has more than one. So there's that. But also, now I've gotten into a fight with my mom before, and it wasn't me fighting her, it was her fighting me. And if she would have ever post that on any social media, I would never talk to her again. Like, it doesn't really matter the reason, or what we fought for. What happens in this house supposed to stay in this house, especially when it comes to stuff that's like that. So I just think it's a no go, and we got to look. There's some concerns we got to talk about for real. It's very concerning. Like, hopefully the girl's okay, because from what I seen, I didn't see the video either, but from what I seen, it wasn't a pretty fight, and the girl wasn't fighting back either. So
Okay. I feel like, I don't know, but a part of me wants to know the reason. I want to know the reason as to why you got to fight in school in the first place. Because whatever the reason was, the mom went clean off about it. But I'm thinking of I'm thinking of, okay, did you get the fighting because you were tired of somebody bullying you? Were you provoked? Like, these are the questions that I have that would lead up to why would you even get to the point of fighting mom? Where's this? Is like, I have a lot of questions. I get it, and I agree with everybody, but I just have like that number one question as to why did you fight in the first place? Therefore, it'll give me the better idea of saying, okay, this situation could be able to it could have been handled differently in regards to you feeling as if that you may have had to go home and fight her because she fought at school, even if that was something that y'all were talking about. Because we can't say that we have to teach the children to defend themselves in situations to where they do that, and then all of a sudden you fighting them because they were defending themselves. So I just want to know the reason. That's just all I have to say about that one.
For me, it's almost like that was the straw that broke the camel's back. That's the kind of context I kind of took from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like maybe they had been going through some stuff, and that was just like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But I agree with everybody for sure. I absolutely do. But my I guess my question would be like, I, was this for clout, or is it a you did it online, so I'm a punish you online kind of thing? Like, because I've seen everything from this type of situation to where young men are being shaved, giving culture sacks. You know what I'm saying? The George Jefferson. You know what I'm saying? On live as a discipline method. So it's like, is it for clout? Is it discipline? What I mean, come on. Which one is it? Like, I don't know. That was just my thought process. I'm done.
So I agree with you, Carbon, and what you just said. Like, did she have a fight at school and then videotaped it? And it's like, oh, that's what you like to do. So then let's do that. But at the same time, I think it is very immature of her wanting to fight her daughter, because we're not fighting. I'm not arguing with my child. We're not like, what? No, it's never a fight. You put your hands on me whatsoever, I'm gonna black out. That's gonna be that. And I don't want nobody to see that, because y'all ain't gonna never look at me the same after I kick her fucking ass through the window. You're never gonna look at me the same. No, I don't want it on live. And honestly, I'm so glad that this part of my life came at this time in my life when my children are adults, because I was absolutely the fucking same. You know what I'm saying? Raising my kids. And listen, no, I would have never wanted anyone to see me in those moments that I have now had to go and backtrack and correct. You know what I mean? So whatever her reasoning is, there is some dysfunction that the daughter even would agree and say, yeah, we can. Like, girl, it wouldn't have been a belt. I wouldn't have had a belt, Carbon. I would have beat the brakes off of her, and it wouldn't have been online.
I was just gonna say the daughter has some big
Kahunas.
cojones. Okay. It's like, baby. Woo. Okay, that's it.
I was absolutely insane raising Toddy. You understand me? Like, and I know, and I got better as she got older. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I am a mama. No.
I remember I remember when I was in middle school, I remember when I got bold enough to swing on my mama. And let me tell you, probably the last time I swung on her. I'm gonna tell you what, it was more so because, mentally and stuff, especially when you're an older child and you got to look out of the other kids and stuff like that. You kind of sometimes take on a parenting role and stuff like that. You get stressed out too. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get yourself ready. Then you gotta get the other kids ready. And then if you ain't getting them ready, mama talking back, all this chaos going on, built up stress. And I don't know what happened. I don't even know what happened. I think I just, you know what I'm saying? I think I was bold enough to say, but I'll take my chances. I think that's, I take my chances. I was angry. I took my chance. You know what I'm saying? But
and then we don't know, Chaz. It could be some sort of situation like that where the daughter is like, we don't know from her perspective either of what the fuck, like, bitch, I'm sick of you, bitch. Yeah, let's hit. Like, But
it very much so can be that. You like I feel like sometimes as as parents they forget that, you know, your kids have feelings too, school stressful, kids may be picking on them, so you never know why she was fighting at school or whatever the case may be, or you know, she could have been getting bullied. The little boys, matter of fact, it seemed like the boys that was in there seemed like they was calling her all kind of little hoes and stuff like that, and you know what I'm saying, you never know what was going on in school and all
that's
that.
why I don't like that she put that online, because I feel like when you do that, the world believes you have now given them permission to degrade, disrespect, and harm your child because you just showed them how to do it.
Exactly.
Absolutely not.
And I was gonna say, uh, regarding you saying like we don't know how the teenager feels, you know, like that's not one time behavior. You know, her mom probably act like that all the time.
Mhm.
So it could have been an automatic response. Like kids go through a lot in school, especially nowadays. Like when I was in school, I didn't have access to like social media like that. Like I didn't really have access to social media until, well, I had like MySpace and shit, but that's like, you know, that's different. But like Facebook and Instagram really wasn't until I was in like high school, like senior year, and then college and stuff. So like the kids have so much access to just like so much influence and so many other opinions, and they see they can, you know, the bullying is probably on steroids right now because of just how grown kids are. Like I seen a video and they were talking about how when we like if we were in high school now we wouldn't make it because, you know, we had things so much more simpler. Like the hairstyles were simpler. Now girls are wearing like bust downs and with Balenciagas and, you know, all this stuff. So it's just I feel
Well,
like
I was happy when I got a nameplate.
right. Yeah, I had a little nameplate, you know, like we
I
had
was
the
so
little
jealous.
the little
Everybody had nameplates but me. Like the fuck?
mhm. Yeah,
They was
so
driving to work and I wanted a nameplate. You hear me?
right. So yeah, I can see that too. We just don't know what people are doing to other kids in school. Like I feel like it's probably much worse than what we
Yeah.
can think of.
Um, I would also say this, just, you know, from a woman's perspective of seeing her pregnant, and you have a child that is older, and to see her behavior, and I don't know, I'm just speculating off of these three things, that mom probably put some nigga in front of her daughter all the time. The fact that you don't even know that this is happening in your daughter's life, and they're saying she's sucking them down and this and that, like you don't know that that's happening in her life, tells a lot. What you was gonna say, Chaz?
No, I was gonna say I totally agree with you. I think it was just like I was just reading the mama mannerism in her body language, how she was carrying herself inside of the video. Like the mama was definitely doing it for clout as well. Them was like teenagers and stuff like that. Like before she even asked her, you know, like, you tough, you want to fight me and stuff. Like she was like, literally, get your shit, get the fuck out of here. I paid for this, I bought this. You. If they see the way you live, and when nobody wouldn't want to mess with you, and you know what I'm saying. It was
We
the
don't do that. That's you know what? That's what I'm saying. Like the internet has caused people to lose their fucking minds, bro. That's like I grew up with girls who mothers used to do that type shit, like, you know, and they wasn't even putting that shit on the internet. They was just talking that shit in front of their motherfucking neighborhood friends and all that shit, like you on your period and you ain't like you don't do the fuck that. You because you know what happens? It caused my friends to distrust their mothers. They would never tell her anything ever again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like distrust to the point of adulthood. Like, I don't fuck with that bitch. Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Bitch
man,
got,
you break the trust, you break the trust, and then you can't.
yeah,
Sometimes you can't get it back.
delusional. Anyway, motherfuckers is growing rice on their heads. Charming. I can't see anything. Truman, you're on mute though.
Oh, sorry. I forgot I was on mute. Okay, I found the video though, so that's what I was doing. I'm gonna put myself on mute again because I'm gonna take my earphone out. Can you hear me?
Aesthetic in the area to ensure better.
Ready?
An Indian man has grown rice on his head. He is a famous ascetic in the area. To ensure better growth for the rice, he has developed the habit of sleeping while sitting up. He can sense when the rice is in need of water through the skin of his scalp. When his scalp feels dry, he waters his head, leading to a bountiful growth of rice. At harvest time, he gathers the rice to make a delicious meal and then replants it, continuing this cycle for decades. Some may find his actions foolish, but he explains that his head is a symbol of vitality, beyond the understanding of ordinary people. When a reporter asked to see under his turban, the ascetic agreed, and they saw how the rice roots were intertwined with his hair without causing him discomfort. Perhaps this is his way of spiritual practice. Some people are very interested in the rice on his head and have offered money for it, which angers the ascetic, as he sees it as a sign of disrespect. The ascetic agreed to the interview because he wanted the world to know that rice can be grown on one's head and to inspire others to have strong physiques like his. What are your thoughts on this?
This is Arizona's most popular lake cliff, and this...
Okay, so what are y'all thoughts on that?
That's interesting. It makes you think like you don't need rice water for hair growth anymore. But also, how unsanitary is that? Like, mixed in with the hair follicles and the cleansing process, how does that work? It's very interesting and fascinating, and I can get what he's doing with it, but I don't know. It's the hygiene part of it. And yeah, it's just the hygiene part of it that has me wondering about it all. I don't know.
I don't actually know how rice grows, so I think of that too. Like I feel like that's kind of like the thing that's like strange about it is like, in the hair, right? But I'm not actually sure how it grows. So
I'm just like, you got dirt, microorganisms and stuff like that you got to have in the dirt to grow rice and everything. So all that's in your head. You got a whole civilization in your head. No, ma'am, no, sir. And I'm done. Ugh. But on the positive side, never be hungry.
What you saying, Aubrey? Me and Aubrey dressed alike today.
I know.
Aubrey here is giving life.
Yeah. Gratitude. I was laughing at Carmen because Carmen is crazy. Okay. I'm like, listen, I saw the soil and was done. Wait, it's intertwined in there? Wait a minute, girl. His hair was just living its life. Like it was golden. Okay. But it's interesting, to see something like that happen with a vessel. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if your hair is growing and if your hair can grow something else with the soil that they use to grow in the ground, it's a moment. That's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say about
I
that.
agree with you.
Huh?
I agree with that.
Yeah.
It's a miraculous thing to see. But just to make everybody feel more comfortable, it grows out the top. So it'd be grown out like these little pods and stuff. So it's not like we digging in the roots of his hair. It will just grow out the top of the little green.
But I didn't know that rice grows. I'm done.
I think it's a rice. It's a grain, so it comes out of like little flowers, right?
I would need to see him open that up and bring the rice out like a little pea. I'm gonna need to see that. Is it black rice? Is it wild rice?
True.
Is it lice?
It
Is
got
it lice?
Is it lice rice? I'm just really baffled. I
So
don't
many
know
questions.
who even knew that was a thing. That I didn't. Well, I didn't know that you can. I don't know. That's very interesting. Like, what made him know that information? I just think I'm gonna grow rice on my head today. Like, what
True.
made you come to this conclusion?
That's a good question.
You know, I've been wanting to grow rice for a long time, but how? Yeah, I get it.
Well, I want to carry it with me all day.
All the days and all the nights.
Well,
Maybe
it
he
did
never
say
wanted to be hungry again.
it said that
Well,
he's an ascetic. Is that how they pronounce it?
Yeah.
Ascetic is a lifestyle characterized by abstinence from sensual pleasures, often for the purpose of pursuing spiritual goals. So, severe self discipline and abstention from all forms of indulgence, typically for religious reasons.
Wait. Wait. Try me. What you just said was he don't want to have sex, so he grew rice.
That's what
Yeah.
I was getting out of it too.
That's exactly
What?
what I
He could have
heard.
just been
No,
celibate.
no, no, no. What I actually said is he doesn't have sex, so he had the idea to grow rice.
Mmm.
He
Well,
was
I need
bored.
some
He was bored.
ideas
He was bored.
because
so you saying the pent up sexual frustration made him want to grow rice in his head?
Yes, right.
That's a fetish.
I'm gonna come up with some shit.
Chaz.
No, well,
I said that's a fetish.
this is not on purpose. Please do something to my vaginal area. That's not on purpose. Somebody needs to touch it. So I don't have no ideas. This is not on purpose. Anyway,
Listen, don't you be trying to grow no strawberries in no crazy place.
listen. I'm growing peaches. That pie. It's gonna be just vines connected from the top and the bottom. Just I don't know. That's strange. Who would have known? Who would have thought? But I get the whole spiritual thing about it. Well, Doja Cat is on tour and has some things. Jose?
All right, we all know that Doja Cat is a big person in the scene right now, but she has been getting a little kooky. So I'm gonna play some of her videos of her coming out, basically saying that if we see her, it is not her.
In with you guys right now, just letting you know.
Okay.
What is up, you guys? It's me, and I am just tuning in with you guys right now, just letting you know that it's me. And as far as I know, it's literally me. So if you guys are ever curious about what's going on, and stay tuned to me, because me is me, and it's me at tonight. It's also going to be me tomorrow. It's going to be me next week. So anytime that you are curious about when it's going to be me is always going to be me tonight and tomorrow. So thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for the rest, because it's going to be a really big deal. What is up,
All
you
right.
guys?
That is Doja Cat basically saying that there's a clone of her performing some nights, but throughout those nights, it's her. And she's basically letting you know that we've heard about cloning. You guys seen they clone Tyrone and everything, but that's me on stage those other nights. But the clone is the other person, the nights that I'm telling you that I will not be on that stage. But we've kind of talked about that before when we had a couple conspiracies on here, when we were talking about a couple celebs watching themselves and being in basketball games watching themselves and things. So she's not really too far-fetched, but everyone's already trying to cancel culture her anyway. So they're throwing her off of the rocker and just saying she's just out here doing anything. She's on her Britney Spears stuff is what they're trying to make it seem like. But I also think she's telling a lot of truths, no lies, with what she's saying as well. And it's making sense too. There are some performances where she's really giving her true all. People who do know her know she's a real good performer. And then there's some performances where you're like, girl, what are you doing? Like, that's not even you. What are you doing? What's going on here? You know, you're just out here just popping your twat when normally you would be getting down and doing the dance moves like you do the nights before. So I can kind of see where she's saying you should be able to spot the similarities in me, but I'm gonna see what the panel thinks.
I think when you see me, it's me, but it's not me when you see me because it's me and it's not me. That's all I got to say.
That's all you got to say.
Me. I seen a video just 2 days ago of one of her very, very first things when she's like at the little mic by herself and she has the jacket hanging off. And it was one of her very first popular songs. I hear it in my head, but I don't know the words. I don't know if it's like the juicy and the something or whatever the fuck it is.
I keep it juicy.
Yeah, she's performing that at a mic by herself and she got on like a little skirt and some gym shoes. And I'm like, damn, that was her. I remember this, but this was her. Like, she doesn't even seem like herself at all to me, period. She's much thinner now, you know what I mean? Which they do, but I don't know. All of that shit just seems very plausible. But also like Charmy said, you know, sometimes they like to confuse the mind. So, you know, I don't know.
You really don't, especially with her. She's always tied up with a genome on the arm, so you really, really don't know.
Or the big black guy that's always dragging her and pulling her from place to place. Let's go over here. Come on.
Yeah.
Hey, let's go. Like, I don't know. You know, they keep a lot of stuff hidden and quiet. Anybody else want to tap in on this? Come on, Charmy.
I feel like Doja Cat is a special case in terms of like, I feel like she's definitely a new type of experiment with us because normally, you know, we know they don't normally blatantly tell us these things. And I feel like as soon as Doja Cat came out with Boo, they were like, okay, she could be a cult leader and people will follow her and listen to her. And, you know, and then they just took that and ran with it. And then something's obviously going on with her. And she's like, they're trying to confuse us. They're trying to give us the wrong information or the right information from the wrong source so that we don't understand what is going on. And therefore we're kind of just like, well, whatever. Like, it is what it is. Like, if we can't understand what's going on, then we can't have an opinion on it. We can't, you know, do anything about it. We can't, you know, do research or understand what it's connected to, you know, on other things, like anything like that. So we just kind of be like, whatever, you know, it's Doja Cat. She's weird, whatever. But there's obviously there's a mosquito right here, y'all. She's it's just trying to get me. She's obviously need help. Like, she's calling for help clearly. So I don't know. I'm just I'm looking forward to how this folds out. I watched the music video. Have you seen the music videos to her new album?
I've seen a little devil video thing, kind of a little bit. I didn't watch all of it.
Yeah, I was like, we were watching them. Royal put them on, and I was like, okay, because I never really listened to the album. I was like, okay, these are some bops. And then I started watching the videos, and I was like, no, no. It feels kind of funny. This is feeling kind of weird. Like,
yeah, they're very dark and eerie.
And it's like you want to like the song so bad. And me, like, when music comes out, I'd be like, they definitely put a spell in that song. Not even gonna listen to it. Absolutely not even gonna listen to it. Like, don't care. And I could tell that that's what's happening in those songs because I'm like, I don't want to hear that. Like, even though in the back of my head I'm like, it's a bop, you know. And she's, you know, she got bars and she's going in, but also you can see it. So something is clearly off with her.
Absolutely. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back after these messages. My name is Quatita Dean, and I am the Ancestral Interpreter. Soul Sessions Live is a show that you must hear and see to believe. I have helped many people connect with a lost loved one to get the closure they deeply desire. This is my passion, and I can't wait to take you on a walk with the ancestors. Child, I used to love that sweater, but looking at it, it looked like a goddamn blanket. Somebody get that quilt off my back right now. Take it off. Stop it. We are back and welcome back to Let's Have the Conversation. And moving right the fuck along is me. There is something that popped up and did not pop up again, and we have to take a look and see why. LaReed, grand old producer. I always say this because my aunt dated him back in the 80s. She did. Marva Johnson. She used to date him back in the 80s or early 90s or whatever it was. And there was this popped up about him and you didn't hear anything else. He is being accused of allegedly sexually assaulting an Arista executive director named Diane Dixon. Let me get that name again so I make sure I'm quoting that correctly, child. Where did it go? Wait a minute. Damn it, wait. Okay, wait a minute, y'all. Dang it, where did it go? I'm gonna have to look at that because I think her name is Diane Dixon. I know it's Dixon, but I'm thinking it is Diane. I have to scroll up. Hold on. But all of a sudden, that is like gone. Like I have not seen or heard. Oh, I know where it's at. Hold on. I know where it's at. I got to get the right information, child, before they eat our asses up. And I do say alleged. Girl, what is it? I do not see it. See what I'm saying?
Is it in the chat?
I'm looking in the chat right now because that's where I had put it at. But, ooh, girl, I forgot that was the other topic I was going to talk about too, y'all. That damn Stormy lady that was singing the gospel on the plane that nobody fucking wanted to hear.
I saw that.
Child, I got to get this. Wait a minute, because we got to quote it right. Hold on. But what do y'all think about that? Because I have not heard anything else about it. I'm just gonna get the name oh, there it is. Her name is Drew Dixon. She is filing a lawsuit of sexual harassment. And she is a former Arista executive. Drew Dixon is her name. Gratitude, Chaz. So what do y'all think about that? Because I have not seen or heard anything else about it except for that one little clip.
Well, today was my first time hearing about it when you discussed it in the meeting. So I didn't even know about this, but I'm not surprised that either of this would be going on because he is definitely huge in the music industry. And the power that he has is almost up there with, the man, CD. So all of them are in the same pool together. Just because one is a different shade don't mean that they, ain't taken from the same plate. I say kudos to her. If she gets justice for this, I hope she does, but I hope that she's not unalived in the process.
She probably was already handled and paid the fuck off. And that's why it's quiet. You ain't heard nothing else about it. Just like you ain't heard nothing else about Anthony Anderson. It's all done been swept and tidied up. I was not even gonna talk about it at first because I was like, shit, that's just crazy. You ain't heard nothing else about the shit. But anyway, let's get into something that's a little bit more deeper and crazy, crazy, crazy. Carbon Martian is here about a man who unalives his wife. There was a teacher in front of her class. Carbon.
Yes, so like Governess was saying, man, they had been married, I don't know exactly how many years, but yeah, walks in on the campus, walks into his wife's classroom and unalives her. I'm gonna play a little clip and we can go from there.
Deadly school shooting in San Bernardino, California. A husband killing his estranged wife in her classroom. More than 500 elementary school children holding hands there as they were rushed away from the building. We've now learned one little boy was also killed. He was near his teacher when her husband opened fire.
Authorities say Cedric Anderson targeted his estranged wife, Karen Smith, a special needs teacher, in her classroom while she was teaching.
I'm sure it was absolutely terrifying for the kids that were in there.
2 boys were caught in the crossfire before Anderson turned the gun on himself. 8-year-old Jonathan Martinez did not survive. Family and friends now only have memories of the joyful boy.
One of our teachers got shot in the classroom at what school? North Park Elementary. Okay, well, do you have a description of the shooter? He's a black male. He's our Mrs. Smith's husband.
Authorities now are trying to determine how the seemingly happy couple's relationship unraveled. The husband releasing these videos just weeks ago, only a couple of months after they wed.
I said, all of us, we out here hiking. We're having a ball. It's really nice.
A deadly school shooting in San Bernardino, California. A husband killing.
So yeah, outside of what you just heard, I don't know. Nobody knows the real reason or rhyme to it. But yeah, it's very unfortunate. I know the children are traumatized. The baby lost his life. It's too much. It's too much. It's way too much. But again, somebody's been telling us over and over again, stop sending your children to these institutions. What do y'all think?
I think it's real sad though, because it happened in front of children, but they're newlyweds. And in my head, I'm over here trying to be Velma Dinkley. But now I'm thinking, was it an insurance claim or something that was going on? Because you just walk up in there, but technically it isn't an insurance claim because you unalived yourself. So what's really going on here? I don't know. Velma's trying to put things together, but Velma don't know. This don't sound right. This don't sound right. It's very unfortunate though when you think about it because a kid was caught in the crossfire of all of this, but you never know what really goes on in a household too. Is what this shows you, because something or whatever is truly in there was brought up to the school, brought to work, it's brought to her. It's very unfortunate though, and I hope that the children that were crossed because of all of this, I hope that the parents get enough justice and everything is just reserved in that state. But that's how I feel.
I was gonna say again, like Corbin said, time after time, taking kids out of school. But in this case, I'm like, is this gonna be the new thing? Parents coming in the schools, shooting stuff up and not caring who they hit or whatever the case may be. It kind of makes you wonder, like, for the people that got, in a system, like, I feel like they're just being controlled at this point, because it's no really, it's no backstory behind to the reason why they are doing the things that they're doing. They're just going inside of these schools and just often, whether it's the wife, the kids, it's not making no sense. That's the only thing I feel like that makes sense. And after watching, like I said, Stranger Things, a lot of stuff makes a lot more sense to me as to why, as far as parasites being inside of your systems and being able, nanobots being able to take over your mind and control you and all that. And then, especially what Q just talked about earlier in her live, a lot of that stuff makes sense now to why all of this is going on as well. So that's pretty much my intake on that.
Okay, I agree, and I'm so glad you said that. So glad, because I was like looking like, well, where's the backstory on what happened with this? And I do believe that it has a lot to do with the jab and them being able to turn these people on and control them and make them do what they want them to do. Um, and I believe that's them trying to push this agenda. I don't know. I think this may be somebody else's story about them wanting to enclose and gate the schools and put up the fences and the gates and lock them in for a specific amount of time. And nobody's going to be allowed in the schools. And why won't they be allowed? Because now they can do whatever the fuck they want to do in the schools, because you're not even allowed in the schools between these hours. So that's my thought on it.
Oh, so speaking on that, they're also with the school system. They also trying to get teachers to stay on the school campus as well, like live inside the school as well. You know, they trying to get it to where they can work and go to school at the
It's
same.
the dormitories.
Mhm.
It's the
Yeah, you
dormitories because
said
they're going
that.
to want the children to stay there as well. Why would the teacher stay there unless the children are there? You can
Sick.
keep sending them to school if you want. That's not my thing. You're going to be held responsible for every fucking action taken. Like, just because you don't see what's happening, I keep repeating the same shit. You have signed papers that have signed your children over. They are no longer the ward of your custody, they're the ward of the state. Whatever. Not my business. I know you're
All,
going to answer for that shit, though.
all I could think about is if they're going to be able to make the teachers stay inside of the schools, do they not know how many teachers really go after children every day? Like, this is terrible. This is not even. And when you were like, it was crazy because all I could think about is if they necessarily took the COVID shot, if this was not of their character, then why would he unalive himself? That's the biggest question. If you went in there, what was the reason why you did it? And then why would you unalive yourself in the ending of it? Like, there's so many unanswered questions here that we can try to fill in the blanks, but that's not gonna do us no good. Y'all just done counseled out everybody. There's nobody to interrogate. There's nobody to ask any questions. There's only the action of what they did, which was on camera, which was these kids are in an unsafe environment, even if the teachers' spouses are coming to the classes to see their spouse at school. It's now going to be a big, like you said, Quatita, it's going to be a big situation. And a lot of people are about to really swallow a pill that they really can't swallow.
Now, what you saying that can we also go back to the lady who did the shit on the live about whooping her daughter on the live? You remember there are laws that have been passed, the AB 665, I think it is, and then something else that's attached to it now. They're passing them rapidly. And so with the passing of these laws, all the people have to do is look at that. And now they come in and get that little girl. And they're going to take her to the dormitory. And guess what? Now she's in sex trafficking and you don't have shit to say about it. They're finding ways to legalize the fuck out of pedophilia and sex trafficking. It's that simple. It's that simple.
It's disgusting to say the least.
That's just like when we was talking earlier, and you was talking about the rehoming situation. The 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 genome that tried to adopt the young Melanite was a school teacher as well.
Okay, so what Chaz is talking about, y'all, is because in the meeting we brought this back up. I said to them, I said, Chaz, you know, a few weeks ago that was Chaz's topic, the rehoming of adopted children, which I didn't even know was a fucking thing. But now they showed on their little thing clip, like they have them walking down the catwalk like a runway. They're modeling themselves for these people who are looking to like come and get them and rehome them type shit. Like they've already been adopted out type shit, some of them, and some of them I guess are looking for homes. And the Genome, he was young looking. He came and adopted like the 14, 15-year-old black boy Melanite. And then he sent them back and said it just wasn't going to be a good fit. What he said was basically, allegedly, that girl, let me put this banner up, child, that none of the shit that he was wanting to do, the little boy wasn't going for it. He was going to be a problem. He thought he could probably fuck him over mentally, and he couldn't.
Like, this one is too strong and smart. Send him back.
This is an uppity nigger.
Right. Right. Can't pull my shit on this one. God damn it.
Well, man, because I know I'll be over here twiddling her motherfucking fingers and thumbs, bitch, because it is going down. Aubrey Marie is coming to the table, honey. Krishan's behavior at Tamar Braxton's concert. We're going to get into it because this is about to be a whole shit thing. I got my little sandwich. I'm going to put my sandwich out with my chips because let's go, Aubrey.
Listen, I don't know if y'all heard about this, but I am in shambles. Okay, everybody on the panel has pretty much heard just a little tidbit of it, but child, Miss Tamar, she done had a concert. She allegedly invited Krishan to come out and twerk down. She really wanted her to come out on It's a Vibe all the time, but it didn't happen that way. What we now know is that James, one of the background singers, infamous for the Miss Patty Pie viral situation, he was allegedly assaulted, boom, boom, pam, boom, to where teeth were missing. And he said he looks a mess and he's trying to figure it out. So we just got a quick video of the manager of the tour giving us a full breakdown of what allegedly happened at this concert. Who got the video, guys? Who gonna do it for me? Okay, Carbs, take it away.
I thought I had the video, y'all. Oh man, come on now. All right, hold on. Let's start it again. Here we go.
James, David.
Here we go.
James, David, Moni, Tamar in that room. I want to address the assault. It breaks my heart that we even have to go this route and even have to go back and forth on social media. For those that don't know, I am the tour manager for Tamar Braxton, the Love and War tour. Tamar was trying to figure out why hadn't Krishan? Why didn't Krishan go out during the twerk session? And she's looking at me and I'm like, I don't know. Like, Krishan, I don't know why she didn't go out. So Krishan breaks down and starts crying. And I felt bad. And the Holy Ghost in me, because I get everywhere with me, I began to give her a hug and everything like that because I like Krishan. I like her. And, you know, and I was like, I don't want to see nobody with their feelings hurt, or I don't want nobody feeling some sort of way because there was a big line of miscommunication that took place. James, David,
hold on,
Mooney. So I began to try to comfort her and hug her and be like, no, don't cry because it's not that, you know what I'm saying? Nobody was trying to, I don't want you to feel no sort of way. And this was just in the dressing room. And this was me, Krishan, and Tamar. She felt embarrassed and she felt like, you know, that this was just like, shouldn't happen to her because, you know, she was just prepared to go out during the twerk session and that time had come and she didn't go out. So Tamar is still asking, like, well, what happened? What happened? Why didn't she go out? And I'm like, I'm trying to figure out what happened too. So David and Mooney come in. They both do makeup. And we're all at this point talking about what happened. Tamar is saying, Mooney, what happened? Mooney was saying that Krishan was not on the side of the stage when it was time for the twerk part. Mooney is a choreographer and he also does makeup. Mooney was saying Krishan was not on the side of the stage. So, like, what? So I began to try to comfort her. What happened? What happened? Well, who was there? Who can, like, what? Everybody's screaming, what happened? What happened? At this point, Krishan is like, yes, I was on the side of the stage. I was there. And I was like, okay. And I'm trying to calm everybody down. Just let's do this a peaceful conversation because Krishan is upset. She's very upset. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, okay, let's calm down. Like, everybody, let's talk this thing out or whatever. And then a few more talking. And then James comes in the room. So at this point, it's me, Krishan, David, Mooney, Tamar, James. James comes in the room and notices that Krishan is upset. By the mirror, Krishan is on the right-hand side. James is right next to her. He was consoling her. And I was literally right next to James. And Tamar asking James, well, what happened? Why didn't Krishan go out there during the twerk session? And James said, we was looking for her on the side of the stage, and she was not on the side of the stage. Well, what happened? Well, who was there? Who can, like? And Krishan got very upset, and she was like, "I was on the side of the stage. I was there. Where else would I go, man? You lying? Like, that's cap. I was on the side of the stage. Like, I was there on the side of the stage." And James said, "No, you wasn't. We caught you there." Krishan said, "Say I wasn't there one more time. Say I wasn't there on the side of the stage one more time." James was like, "I'm telling you, we was calling you and you." I'm like, oh shit. Literally happened just like that. And here I am, like, this girl just hit this boy a couple of times with them big ass rings on her finger. And I'm just like, no, this is not happening. This is not happening. This is not. And Krishan got very upset.
That's it, y'all.
So, after hearing about that, gratitude so much, Carmen, for playing that for me. What do y'all feel about this alleged situation? Because we know that there are multiple stories out there. There are people saying that this did not happen. There are people that are saying that this did happen, including Tamar herself. She is, pretty much indicated on her page that this has happened. This behavior of what I call her earlier, Krishan, of her. So, what do y'all think about this? Because I was livid. I'm trying to understand if this indeed happened. I also want James to show the pictures, but I understand that with social media, you can't do everything, because everybody's gonna make a whole big ordeal, all of that. So, what do y'all think about it?
Knowing Krishan and how she is, and also I watched a little of her interview with Jason Lee and how she's trying to change and be a different woman. I don't know if I too much buy it. And yes, I know she could pop off. Yes, we all are used to her, like what we see from the baddies. But at the same token, I really think this was her ritual for her. This is her humiliation ritual. And I don't even think that maybe in her head that like it's ignited like that for her. But this might be her version of a ritual that she probably is not putting two and two together. Like, dang, what's going on here? Everybody else is against me. Don't they know what's really going on? But it could be a humiliation ritual. And I agree with something that Carb said. And he had said, it's Hollywood. They all could be in on it. And everybody just has to get their name out there. Now, that also makes me think even more so of how it is a big ritual. And it's just helping people help themselves elevate. But I don't too much believe that she did it. For some reason, I just don't. But it's a crazy story and a crazy scenario going down.
So, like I said in a meeting, I seen a video of Krishan and her people speaking about this. And Krishan says that she was invited to perform. not to twerk. She was invited to perform, is what she says. And the lady said, that's why I had to give the DJ Krishan's music. Now, me having a label and me having to take people to perform, that's exactly what the fuck you do. You give the DJ their music so they can be prepared for when they come on stage. So she said that's why Krishan had a mic. If it was twerking, she wouldn't have had a mic. They gave her a mic, they had her music, and they was prepared for her to come and perform. Krishan says she doesn't understand what the fuck has gone on because she claims she has not hit anyone. She says she never put her hand on anyone, and that's why there hasn't been a police report filed, and that's why there are no pictures of the damage in which they claim she has caused. So that is her side of the story. She is very angry and upset, says she feels gaslighted. She feels like they have made this up. She feels like she has been bamboozled. And so my question was, why would Tamar even ask her to come just for a twerk session? You brought her all the way to your concert. Why would you do that? And then I watched Tamar do her, and yes, she looked like she was intoxicated. Krishan looked like she was drunk, but this the usual look. I don't know. But Tamar tried to twerk, and it was not giving to me. It looked like she is trying to be relevant, and so I don't know. But there's two sides to that story.
Well, yeah, because Tamar said something along the lines of, "Well, I don't know why Krishan thought that when we already had planned Tony was coming out, and we already had a planned moment with Tony, and da 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 da." I'm like, girl, stop. Like,
She,
okay.
So
she,
was Tony planted there on purpose? I'm sorry, go ahead.
nah, I was just agreeing with Corbin was saying, but I definitely feel like it was definitely planned. It's not given. I don't see Krishan being it, and then Tamar talking about, oh, I just seen her as a little sister, like a sister and all that. Since when?
Especially when you know this is her MO. People will use some shit against you. You know what I'm saying? Because they know she'll pop off. She's from the baddies. You know what I'm saying? So they know. So what else to say? You know, this girl, she was pissed. This was her word. She said, I left my fucking baby at home to come because I was asked to perform. Those were her words. So then she said she was shutting down all of her social media, and everybody was like, good, get off of here, go take care of your baby. Good, God answers prayers. And I, me being my messy ass motherfucking petty self, I said, don't y'all have kids? Because if y'all know she always on here, then that means y'all always on here. So won't y'all get y'all messy asses off of here and go take care of y'all children and feed the dog and fucking go build businesses to come back and talk about. That's all I'm saying.
And the truth shall set you free.
Yeah, I just at any other time I don't condone Krishan's behavior, but at like for this scenario, I wasn't paying it too much, but like just like reflecting on everything is it's not giving that she just sat up there and just hit him. Cause why is everybody know what's going on? Why is everybody on Tamar team is the only one speaking out? So we wasn't no witnesses. Nobody else knew about this. No charges was pressed, whatever the case may be. Like it's not enough evidence. It's no videos. It's nothing. It's he say, she say.
Chaz, he said that after she punched him, I was sitting there like, this girl didn't hit this boy. So nobody moved. James ain't react. Nothing happened.
Like
Not one.
now,
Not oh.
No, wait. Now that we're actually breaking this down, I'm asking the question: where was the security?
Exactly.
Where I'm sitting here like, where was the security at? And why they didn't yank her out? And why it wasn't no big thing? Because you already know she don't let anybody touching her when she, you know what I'm saying, heated like that. So
it would have been some videos.
Exactly, because I was getting ready to say that. Okay, let's say they didn't even get the footage of the actual incident. There was no video footage of no commotion going on outside the dressing room, in the hallway.
Right.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Was that CCTV footage?
I mean, I don't know if I'm giving her too much credit. You know what I mean? But I feel like Krishan would be like, man, I was drunk, man. No cap. I ain't mean to do.
I
I
feel
feel like she would have done something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm
Yeah.
giving her too much credit, but I just feel like that. I don't
I
know.
no, you're
also
right. That's
I was
how she
also gonna
moves.
say, yeah. I was also gonna say, like, if you're on a show where you get paid to fight people, I just feel like I wouldn't fight people outside the show. Like, I would be like, if I'm not getting a check for this, then you're not worth my time and my energy. So that's
Right.
just
And that's
my
how she
another
moves.
perspective. Exactly.
That's exactly how Krishan moves. It's like she said, she left her baby at home, you know what I'm saying, to come get some money. That's
Right.
if anything, Krishan is about the money. You know what I'm saying? If anything.
And we also know this because she just went through some drama with Summer Walker. She could have told her, bitch, pull up and fight. But if we want, like Kwatisi says, maybe I too am giving her too much credit, but I don't think she did it. I think that she would have told her, pull up and let's get it, and I'm gonna go ahead and bust some balloons in the back and in the front. But she didn't. She conducted herself and said, this industry is crazy, this industry is wild, you cannot trust it like that. And Summer, I thought you were my friend, and she released the messages between her and Summer. They
Like
are attacking her.
2 weeks ago, it was I seen it. I can't remember where I seen it, but it was supposed to be everywhere. Krishan beat up Jade and Alexis, pulled up, they ran into each other and they fought, and she like I'm still looking for that video and for that, like, why are they putting that out there like that? So I'm like, I'm looking at shit like, well, where's the fight between her and Jade and Alexis that they just happen to be in the same place? So is that a true statement? Did they fight? Like, where is that at? Like, I don't know.
That's Hollywood, baby. Smoke and mirrors. You just never know.
Now I'm thinking, y'all, because remember when she was bumping elbows 4 months ago at this Diddy party with all the A-list celebrities?
That's why I said it's a humiliation ritual for her, and she had no idea. That's where I was getting at with this. She had no idea, no recollection of how this could have came back on her. And
Mm.
now she is in a huge humiliation ritual on top of people elevating within her humiliation.
Yeah. She said she no longer trusts anyone. She said, everybody got me fucked up. Everyone has me fucked up. I no longer trust anybody. She said she felt like it was for some sort of like clout or publicity. And she said she ain't hit nobody. So
Yeah, they trying to get her to play ball. That's what that is. Mm-hmm. They trying to set her up
because she wouldn't sign. So this the thing, like Blueface wanted her to sign this particular deal, right? But she didn't want to do that. But then you took Jaden to go sign Jaden with Columbia Records. Like, why didn't Jaden take that deal that they was offering to Krishan, or Christian as Aubrey calls her? Christian. Why she didn't, like, it's a whole bunch of foolishness going on right now. And he's quiet. Why is he quiet? He hasn't said anything. Why? They are all planning and plotting. I don't trust none of them motherfuckers.
Because he leaked the sex tape.
Girl, what? Because what sex tape?
It's a sex tape with him and Krishan.
Not the dry one that was horrible the first time they put it out.
No, ma'am, honey. She was gushing down there, honey. It was cream pie central. Sorry, but that's what that's what was going on, honey. He was grabbing her hair.
Did I die? I just died. Wait. Oh, I got shot in my ankle.
Listen, I'm sorry, but that's the only way you gonna be able to get the visual, okay? That is literally what was going on. And it's like, I just saw this the other day and I'm like, oh my goodness. They got a sex tape out for this girl. If they did this in order for them to be able to get more ticket sales for her concert, they're wrong as fuck for this. And that's why I keep feeling like now at this point, it's a whole thing to, feed off her energy for people to come.
First, they was like, oh, she interrupted love and war.
Well, let Tamar tell her, honey, her shows are sold out. So what does she need the clout for? Just saying.
Let me put this on mute.
Tamar said a whole bunch of shit, and then we found out she was getting her kufi knocked off by Vince. Like, stop. And
Is
she
it my
still ain't
money?
really talked about that. Her mama said, "Keep your motherfucking hands off my daughter," type shit. Type shit.
Mm-hmm.
Type shit. Oh, I can't wait
Mm-hmm.
to talk about Kiki. Where we at? Where we at?
A break.
Is we back up here? We is back with Chaz. Let's go and take a quick break real quick, and we be right back, and we gonna start back up with Chaz, y'all. Okay.
They say do everything with attention. From my hands to yours, may you receive all the energy.
Powerful, captivating, indulgent, riveting. You hear the rumble of the earth. High council, affirmation, oracle, and tarot deck. Available for pre-sale now, only on www.awalkwiththeancestors.com.
All right, we are back with Let's Have the Conversation. And we do have open sponsorship slots available. If you would like to participate in, our little sponsorship slots, we have those available. So make sure you tap in and tune in. You can hit us up on the DM over on Instagram at the LHTC Instagram that we have for that. I show gratitude. We are back with Chaz and Know Your Rights Child Labor Laws.
Yes, y'all. So I'm gonna play a little clip. So basically, they passed like a bill into effect, basically, where this lady, it's like, I'm trying to explain this. It's basically, she gives a presentation to the kids, basically for child labor laws, basically opening up the doors for sex trafficking and basically kind of like rehoming and all type of it's just another way to get your kids sex trafficked, and kids getting took away from you and all type of stuff. But I'm about to play this video for you guys. 1 second.
Marcus, you testified a moment ago to Senator Butler that every child gets a Know Your Rights presentation. Is that correct?
Yes.
Is that before or after you release them to labor traffickers?
Senator, every child that comes into our care gets a Know Your Rights presentation.
Have you read that children are scrubbing dishes? They are operating heavy machinery. They are delivering meals. They are harvesting coffee. They are working construction. They are working as housekeepers. They are working overnight shifts at plants where they are not paid. They are not going to school. They are not cared for. They are not getting meals. Almost all of it illegally. Are you aware of that? That's a yes or no?
Yes.
Do the Know Your Rights presentation help them in those situations?
Senator ORR.
That's a yes or no, I think. Do you really think that you're helping these children by releasing them to labor traffickers and, yes, sex traffickers? 85,000 children whom you have no contact with, and your answer is we gave them a presentation before we turned them over to these people who are exploiting them on a scale not seen in this country for 100 years, a century. Do you do home visits in all cases? You can actually see where these children are being released, whose care you're putting them in? Marcus.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I really feel like a lot of this has to do with under the Biden administration that he has in effect, you know, with the rehoming. It just is a lot going on. Migrants coming over here. And it's crazy that I'm seeing that I'm even talking about this because you don't see no kids really. So it's like they coming over here. You see the adults coming over here, but you don't see no children with them as well. And then on top of this, that's going on in America with the labor laws as far as the children. Like a lot of this stuff is unethical. So what did you guys thought about this?
I feel like it ties back into like governance. If you know the whole switching of consciousnesses and things like that, and being able to treat these children like adults and so on and so forth, and nobody bats an eyelash. I think it's all part of that. Like personally, like I know it's more to it, but yeah, that's just where my head automatically goes personally. Like they yeah, and the foreigners they foreigning, so who's the next best labor?
Did anybody feel like that this was like fake? Like for
Oh
me,
my God, I thought it was just me.
when he went in, y'all, sorry. Do you know a century? I was like, girl, what? Like, I'm sitting here listening to you. I'm sitting here looking at her. She looks like that she's an actress. Like, hey, your job is to really play like you're guilty of this. And
Give me some, Aubrey. That's why we dressed alike today. See some.
boom, okay. Cause I'm like, I really feel like he is really going in
It was
on
a
her.
whole skit, seemed like to me.
Yeah, that's what I felt like.
And I
Like,
thought I saw his eyes shift.
really?
I feel like they had to tell it. They had to tell us. They had to tell it to us. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about it. Because the way he's going in on her is like, come on now, you know about it too. You know what I'm saying? You know about it too. Like, don't make it sit up there. Look where you at. Look where she at. Quit playing. Quit acting like you ain't know what was going on.
I swear, I felt like that too. I thought I was just over here like, dang, I'm about to have a completely different outlook on this shit because this looks fake as fucking staged and like they acting and like this is a whole series right here, a movie, a show. Okay, that's it for me.
I actually could say that I agreed to the feeling. I didn't have the full feeling that it was fake, but when I seen the girl, I in my head I was like, she looked like the typical white girl on the show where they just doing their job and they try to ignore all the shitty shit that their job implies and entails. And when they finally get caught, they're confused as to why they're in trouble and stuff like that. So I think that I could feel the same thing, just not completely like the whole thing was fake. So I
Like the
agree.
rehoming situation. Like the rehoming situation when they found when the lady that created the chat and all that didn't even know that, talking about, oh, I didn't know that all these people was in here or all this was going on and all of this, but you created the chat and you created the whole sit. Like they always play victim when they get caught. That's what. Yeah.
What you done heard? Cute.
Right.
They trying to kill the dirt. I got some people over there on my couch, and I feel sick. I feel sick. I can't see anything, and I have on my glasses, and I keep trying to do like this. I cannot see, and why am I whispering?
Cause it's allegedly. I know.
Allegedly,
Lean in, girl.
they is trying to get Dirk. It's a lie.
Wait.
But I felt like it was fake too.
Say, Dirk, you in danger, girl. Okay, I'm sorry.
I don't feel good. I don't feel right. Something's wrong. Let's go ahead and get into ideological ideological. How you fucking say that? Ideological
Ideological. Yeah.
subversion. Charming.
Yeah. Okay, y'all. So we're gonna talk about this. I was I watched this video of this lady who was going off about how they I don't know. She was going off and she was kind of like a genome too. And so I was kind of like, I don't really care. But the stuff she was saying was true, but I still was like, so she was going off on just like how the media has, set us up and, switched everything and made us believe all these things and show us all these images and stuff. And I was in the comments and it was somebody was like ideological subversion. So I was like, ooh, let me go do my little Googles. And I came across this. It's a it's a CIA process. There we go. That's the word. It's a process. So it was basically described by somebody called Yuri Bezmenov. And I don't know, he went off to India and started liking the Indians and then he wrote that, I think. So I think he kind of had I don't know. He just basically gave us the tea for whatever reason. I'm not really sure. But so let me see. So a quote of his is, I was engaged in something much more unpleasant than espionage. I was engaged in ideological subversion, which is seldom explained to people by your media because the media is part of that process. So here is an example of, I'm just reading this article, so I'm going to get to a video by the end of it. So just sorry if it seems like it's skipping around. So the USSR planted international stories that quoted and spread a pseudo-scientific paper that claimed only a bio-warfare lab could have developed HIV. The pattern used to spread the story was to identify a non-Soviet news source, quoting the paper and then amplifying their message. This disinformation may have affected more non-Americans than Americans by convincing them that the US produced condoms and treatments or in fact spreading HIV in their countries. This disinformation campaign was and is still a factor in AIDS education around the world. Soviet disinformation campaign, widely cited today, shows what is possible. So Bezmenov says he explains the difference in what we might think subversion is compared to what it actually is. Only about 15% of time, money, and manpower is spent on espionage and such. The other 85% is a slow process, which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, meaning psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that, despite the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interest of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. So there is 4 steps to this process. There is a step called, let me see, I'm going to skip to the next article because I think it explains a little better. So there's a step called demoralization. And that is a 15 to 20-year process. And then there's a step called destabilization. Then there's crisis, and then there's normalization. Destabilization is 2 to 5 years. So I'm going to pull up the process because it's a lot. So I kind of want you guys to be able to read it without me having to read it off because you guys know what I sound like when I read. So this is like kind of the description of the process. Oh God, there we go. And it starts with like ideas. So the ideas would be religion, education, media, culture, and then structure, law and order, social relations, security. So it's literally a whole process of how they get us to accept us living in a certain, I guess I could say dimension, but if you want to pull me up. So we got education, permissiveness, relativity. The result is ignorance. We got media, monopolize, manipulate, discredit, divert. The result is myopia. I don't even know what that is. You got culture, we got false heroes, role models, and then the result is addictive fads. So that's interesting because I'm not sure if all of these things go in like an order or if they're all happening at the same time, you know, or maybe some of it, you know, happens that, you know, it overlaps. So what I did think was interesting as well is today Quatita talked about Big Brother, and if you guys can see on the bottom, one of the areas is power struggle, and the methods is populism, irresponsible fights. That's weird. We were just talking about Krishan fighting, and then the results is Big Brother. I don't think irresponsible fights is related to something that small, but I just felt like I had to say that. And the next is economy, centralization of economy, and then yield to Big Brother. So this information I feel like didn't come out of nowhere, and that understanding. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to play this video of Yuri Bezmenov giving a warning to America. So I think this is actually it. Let me go back. Okay, so I'm going to play the video real quick. A disclaimer, I haven't seen the video because I found it while I was doing a little research. So this is new to all of us.
Well, you spoke several times before about ideological subversion. That is a phrase that I'm afraid some Americans don't fully understand. When the Soviets used the phrase ideological subversion, what do they mean by it?
Ideological subversion is the process which is legitimate, overt, and open. You can see it with your own eyes. All you have to do, all American mass media has to do, is to unplug their bananas from their ears, open up their eyes, and they can see it. There's no mystery. There's nothing to do with espionage. I know that espionage intelligence gathering looks more romantic. It sells more deodorants through the advertising, probably. That's why your Hollywood producers are so crazy about James Bond type of thrillers. But in reality, the main emphasis of the KGB is not in the area of intelligence at all. According to my opinion and opinion of many defectors of my caliber, only about 15% of time, money, and manpower is spent on espionage as such. The other 85% is a slow process, which we call either ideological subversion or active measures, активные мероприятия in the language of the KGB, or psychological warfare. What it basically means is to change the perception of reality of every American to such an extent that despite of the abundance of information, no one is able to come to sensible conclusions in the interests of defending themselves, their families, their community, and their country. It's a great brainwashing process which goes very slow, and it's divided in four basic stages. The first one being demoralization. It takes from 15 to 20 years to demoralize a nation. Why that many years? Because this is the minimum number of years which requires to educate one generation of students in the country of your enemy, exposed to the ideology of the enemy. In other words, Marxism-Leninism ideology is being pumped into the soft heads of at least 3 generations of American students without being challenged or counterbalanced by the basic values of Americanism, American patriotism. The result you can see. Most of the people who graduated in the 60s, dropouts or half-baked intellectuals, are now occupying the positions of power in the government, civil service, business, mass media, educational system. You are stuck with them. You cannot get rid of them. They are contaminated. They are programmed to think and react to certain stimuli in a certain pattern. You cannot change their mind. Even if you expose them to authentic information. Even if you prove that white is white and black is black, you still cannot change the basic perception and the logic of behavior. In other words, these people, the process of demoralization is complete and irreversible. To get rid society of these people, you need another 20 or 15 years to educate a new generation of patriotically minded and common sense people who would be acting in favor and in the interests of the United States society.
And yet these people who've been programmed and, as you say, in place and who are favorable to an opening with the Soviet concept, these are the very people.
Okay, we'll end it there. So, what do you guys think?
So I just want to be clear, like, so basically what he was saying is like, so you take a generation, teach them one thing, and that's what it's going to be until you teach the next generation something different. Is that what you're saying? Is that what he's saying?
God, you look like you got to say something. I heard it in your voice.
Look, I'm still stuck at the map, the flow chart. I'm still there. Okay, I'm still trying to understand how y'all got a whole damn plan out. Like we in
Right.
Agenda. That's why.
And the thing with it too is that this plan was used on us by the USSR. So this was actually used on America by Russia. And that's why that little article, the little paper that I read that said that misinformation or about the HIV affected non-Americans more than it did Americans is because they were actually trying to affect Americans. And that is stuff that they used on us. And now, I don't know, I feel like they still use it on us and it's not coming from the enemy anymore.
No, you're absolutely right, because it's I want to say Obama legalized them using propaganda on the citizens, so that makes sense.
I honestly believe they like America. I honestly believe like whatever this government got going on here is not. It's definitely it's not what it seems when it comes to the Russians. You know what I'm saying? I really feel like the Russians is the one that's in control of everything. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it just makes more sense to me. You know, I just feel like, you know, America just offer clout and all that. They just they puppeteers over here. You know what I'm saying? Just puppeteers over here.
Yep.
KGB and all them, they the ones that's really, you know, running the show and stuff like that.
Yeah. But even then, like, I wouldn't even necessarily say they only run the show. I would say that's the whole point is you don't know who runs the show. Like, we don't know. Well, we know, but they don't. Most people don't naturally know who runs the show. Like, for example, the Palestine-Israel war. Like, that shit is crazy. Like, America is literally just giving them money to just you know. So at least that's what they show us, you know, and meanwhile we're like, oh, you know, meanwhile they're making people say like, oh, you know, you have to pick your side, and it's like it's two wings on the same bird. That's like, we're the same people are supporting the war on both sides, are walking the line on both sides, and they're having people in shambles because we're like, oh, you know, Israel is doing this, and it's like, so is America. America's a part of it. Exactly. America's a part of it.
Exactly.
No, I did look up myopia because I wanted to know what it was, Charming, and it was nearsightedness, basically in the retina, making objects blurry. But also, it made me think of the other thing that they do. It was the system called MICE, which they did in Painkillers on Netflix with Big Pharma. Okay, it stands for, which is so similar. They just do different things to program: money, ideology, compromise, and ego. If you give someone money, it'll calm down the idea of, okay, then I don't have to say anything. I don't have to speak out against this. You change the ideology in their mind and get them to compromise with you. You changed their whole dynamic by boosting their ego. Now they're in their ego and they feel, you know what? Go ahead and do it because you gave me this much. You showed me what being quiet does, sitting back does, allowing what you are showing me is okay. And you might be destroying the population, but this money is really making my ego just go. It's stroking my ego. There's so many different things that go on, and they do so many different things. Even in that little system, you don't even know who's compromised with the whole CIA agent in the family lineage that was in this. After watching it, it really makes me think there's a little bit of someone everywhere, just in each little station of whatever they're doing in each department. It's like the Hunger Games for real when they're in their different districts just doing what they're doing. It's just you get one of this conglomerate in this district. That's like how you said you don't know who's really doing it, because we know who's doing it, but there's so many eyes on this, and this in different districts. It has your mind like, dang, it's a lot of people you got to get. There's a lot of Bowsers we got to kill here.
It reminds me of the mirror maze. So you go in and you can see yourself, but you also see like 3 others of yourself. So you don't actually know which way is to go through and which way is just a reflection of yourself. And that's kind of what it's like. Like, we know that it is somebody, we know who it is, but it's like a fucking mirror, mirror chamber where, you don't necessarily know where it's coming from or where it's going to come from next. And I think that's what like the chart kind of shows you, like, this is where everything is coming from. It's coming from they're entering into the families, they're entering into the structure of it's the idea, it's our ideas, it's the structure of how we live, and then it's our life. So, and then after that, there becomes destabilization. And so they're literally getting into every little part. So it's kind of like Melanated Linus say, you have to take everything with a grain of salt, and you really have to that's why Kutita's teachings are so important, because we cannot depend on nobody else to tell us what's going on or what we should be doing. So, because you never know who's going to be the enemy, you never know who's plotting against you and who's trying to take you down.
Gratitude. I feel like this is their tactic. I feel like this is just what they do, and they all use it, and they have been using it since before the Holocaust. Like I forget, I don't know if it was Aubrey I was talking to, and I asked y'all about the Knights Templar. And I asked you if y'all knew what the Knights Templar was, and I said they were some of the biggest like bullies, and they killed over 500,000 people because they would not bow down to their ideology. You know what I mean? And so when we're looking even past that, if it is take the class November 26th, when we're looking at that shit, like, just to give you, just if we're just in this realm of this topic, you feel what I'm saying? Like, November 26th, you're going to see that is going to be the biggest ideology subversion ever. How they have completely, like, I hear the Russians and, but I know China also runs a lot of shit. You feel me? These motherfuckers, this is what they know. This is what they know. When they tell you in the Bible that the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and to cause confusion, they're not talking about some red devil with horns. They're talking about themselves. They're talking about their plot and their agenda. That's what they're talking about. You know what I mean? They're not talking about that. Oh, yeah, by the way, if I ever see you in my chat again, Jackie Garrett, because you waited till my live ended to say that I was evil. I know that's right. Everybody looked away because they already know what's coming. For you waited for me to end my life for you to say that I am evil. So I made sure that I banned you from my channel. So make sure you don't find your way to none of my motherfucking channels. For the person that last week was wondering what the fuck was that in the middle of this scream referring to either Chaz or Jose, make sure you don't find your motherfucking ass back to our channel either. And for lastly, whoever the user is with all of the numbers that you don't even have a name or picture up that would say that I'm a demon, make sure you don't find your way back to this motherfucking channel, because I will show you who the fuck I am if you keep playing that game. Okay? Anyway, love y'all. So, yeah, these people, they come to cause a state of confusion. So I feel like this is just what they do. They plant different stories everywhere. And we just talked about it with Christian Rock and Tamar. You don't know what the fuck is what because they make sure that you don't, you know?
Especially when they have whole departments they're dedicated to disinformation.
I was just going to say, when they indicated about the fighting, I know about, the disagreements, right? But what about, are they talking about primarily the actual parties, the Republican Party and the Democratic Party, them actually fighting because it's like a rivalry? If you vote the color red, you in over here. If you blue, you over there. So I'm wondering if that is pretty much what they mean by the fighting, and all of the extra stuff is just to sprinkle the whipped cream and the toppings on top of the sundae. But primarily, are they talking about just the Democrats and the Republicans going head to head because of who's trying to get in the house type situation?
Yeah, I think so, because it says power struggle and then it says populism. And then the power struggle is the area, and then the method is populism and irresponsible fights. So, I'm assuming, and then after that is Big Brother. That's the result, is Big Brother. So I'm assuming it's like you're saying, and I feel like it's also like us fighting over who is a better, like, when Trump went out of office and everybody was so proud to vote Biden in like that. Like, look at you now. You thought you ate, huh?
Having the people do the dirty work for you,
Right.
basically. Got it.
That list to me, when you held it up, all I saw was 7 deadly sins.
Yeah. I mean, that is honestly what it looks like. They took the 7 deadly sins and they specified them just a smidgen more, because I mean, that's what it looks like.
Yeah. Anyway, I can see all of that in this next story with Quatita and Jose for Keke Palmer restraining order and audio. I see that in all of this. There's a lot to this here. Come on, Jose. Josina.
All right, Quatiti, we're gonna get into it, y'all. So Lauren Kiana Palmer, she had just went into it with her boyfriend, which we've already known she's been up in the air with him. And we've all seen the yes, drop that man. Yes, he's a no good ninja. You keep seeing that all those things go through, but now things have hit the fan for real this time. And it will make you look at her music a little differently, that her deluxe album as well that she just pushed out. And it'll make you think, what is she also talking about in her music? So what's going on with Keke is basically she is saying Darius is basically abusive. There are so many things going on. She wants to claim custody of her son, and there is a 6-minute audio of Keke Palmer, her mother, DJ Academics actually had this for people to listen to, and Darius Jackson. And Keke's mom is not holding back at all. I will play some of the video, but I can't read some stuff. Okay.
Because she outed the fuck, trigger warning. She outed the fuck out of Usher.
She did.
Yeah. Bro, I've seen this like 20 different times, Sharon. It doesn't faze me anymore. None of what y'all do fazes me anymore. Come on now. Where's my son at? Where's my son at? Okay.
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You are a dickless.
I'm sure.
I don't know what the fuck my daughter does.
Mine don't have the beeping, honey.
You know
Mine,
what? We might have to go to the unedited.
because child, mine's had the real ziki.
He was playing the radio edit version.
Did you put it through? Did you put it through?
What the fuck is you saying, ignorant?
Did you put it through?
Can you speak English? That's part of the reason why you can't get no acting job.
I'm sure.
Your articulation is poor.
I'm sure.
What the fuck are you saying?
I'm sure.
Ron Wiggins.
If only you actually like.
What does that mean? Can you put it through? He's trying to do the whole child actor parents sacrifice their childhood gag. Oh, okay. Well, we got $30 million today.
Look at her. That's fine.
Yeah, I sacrificed her, I guess.
Okay.
Ron Wiggins.
But what did your mom do to you?
Huh?
She fucked you up.
My mom's fine.
You should have been a child entertainer.
I'm good.
You should have been one. Maybe you would have more gumption. Maybe you would have more shit to it. Because your mama fucked you up. She turned you into a punk-ass mama boy who harasses a woman. What kind of bullshit is that? Your mama should be ashamed of herself. She should be telling you, why are you harassing this girl, Jerry?
Because
why are you doing this? What's
I
say horrible things to her?
she's the one that kept wanting to come back around. Trust me, I didn't want this.
That makes no sense as to why you harass. You know, there's no need to say horrible things and send me this usher picture. There's no reason for that. You do that because you're nuts. There's no reason for you to say that. Jezebel, calling me Haiti. That's all unnecessary. You do all of that unnecessarily because something's wrong with your mind. It's not normal. You sound like you have a broken brain and you need to go to see somebody because you're chemically imbalanced. There's nothing that I've done for you to stay on that page. People have endured more. I've endured more from you, and I don't do that to you. I don't sit up there and call you all kinds of names and do stuff like that. You randomly have an episode and then you harass me for an hour straight. That's what you do. Now I'm gonna harass. It's not normal. It's not necessary. You can just not talk to me. I'm gonna harass you. Usher's bisexual. He sleeps with men, you stupid motherfucker.
I'm Ron Wiggins.
This motherfucker on earth. You should know you feel like I'm a Dorian. Usher. You was a dumb motherfucker. And then you let your family, you let your brother talk you into, hey man, look, your brother's a pussy too. His reputation in Hollywood is he's a fuck boy. And he's an asshole. And nobody really likes him. Lauren London don't like his ass.
I'm Ron Wiggins.
So at the end of the day, you, the Jacksons, are fucking jokes. You guys are fucking jokes. That's what you are. You're a fucking joke. So don't blame Kiki for being a joke. You was a joke before you met her.
Armand Wiggins.
So don't blame her. Don't call her cunt. And what man thinks they gonna call the mother of their child cunt, bitches, whore, you've been run through, and I'm gonna come and get the baby. What kind of mental motherfucker are you? Nobody does that, Darius. Nobody does that. What woman wants their child to go be with a man who calls them cunt and bitches? That's the stupidest thing I've ever. If my daughter ever give you the baby after you call her a cunt, I'll be her ass.
Armand Wiggins.
And you know what?
Baby's gonna be back in my arms. I'm like, the inevitable's gonna happen. He's gonna grow up to be a man, a real man, and he's gonna go ahead and come on over. All right. Dad, I'm his dad. I'm his dad. I'm his dad. I don't care about what you all think. I don't care what you think, especially Kiki. I don't care about what anybody else thinks. Sharon, your opinion is very little to me. You're wasting your breath right now, Sharon. You're wasting your breath right now. You're wasting your breath right now. Trust me. Yeah.
Armand Wiggins.
Bro, I've seen this like 20 different times, Sharon. It doesn't faze me anymore. None of what y'all do faze me anymore. Come on now. Where's my son at? Where's my son at?
Armand Wiggins.
Okay.
That's what I'm about to do.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. You are a dickless motherfucker.
I'm sure.
I don't know what the fuck my daughter just showing your lip dick ass.
I'm
looking.
I'm about to fix it.
That's what you raised. That's what you raised. Okay.
My brother's a dick sucker too.
I'm sure.
Both of y'all are dick suckers.
I'm sure.
You probably a dick too.
Okay. Armand Wiggins.
Dick suck.
Yep.
You a dick sucking motherfucker.
All right, so about a bullet.
You keep fucking around, I might get somebody to fuck you.
All right, so about that bullet again.
You keep fucking with me, you might get a dick in your ass.
Okay.
Keep fucking with me.
Okay.
You motherfuckers don't know who you dealing with.
All right, y'all have no idea who you stepped up and played with, but it's all good.
I tried to be nice to you.
Yeah.
I tried to be nice because I thought you had some mental problems.
Nope.
So I tried to be nice. But you gonna talk about my daughter? You gonna harass my daughter? You gonna talk about Usher? Usher is gay.
Armand
You
Wiggins.
your stupid ass family don't even understand the business. Usher is gay, guys.
Armand Wiggins. Told her to put some clothes on. Told her to put some clothes on. Told her to put some clothes on.
You are stupid.
Told her to put some clothes on.
You are a stupid man.
She's a mom. She has to put some clothes on. She's a mom. She has to put some clothes on.
His family are crazy, chaotic,
Yeah.
harassing
Okay.
people.
So what my son
They
do?
are harassing my family. They are harassing my daughter.
Where's my son at?
Even Marcus Johnson, the nigga that your brother's named after, his kids told me y'all crazy. He was the one in the video. They told me that you and your brother's crazy. It's crazy because your brother's named after their dad. And they said y'all are nuts.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
You got to go. Can he still hear me?
Oh yeah, he hears.
I'm just waiting for my son. Where's my son at? It's football Sunday. He used to be with his family. Armand Wiggins.
Fuck you, nigga. You ain't got a family. That bitch ass family, your dick sucking brother, your sister that you chose, your immigrant bitch ass mama, nigga, please.
They have nothing to do with this. They have nothing to do with this. They have nothing to do with this.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Your bitch ass
Armand
mama,
Wiggins.
she fucked you up. She the one got you thinking you can go out and harass women because your daddy harassed her.
Okay.
And your grandmama told me his mama's crazy. We've never been able to do anything with her. I don't know why my son stayed with her, but yeah, she's crazy. And if Darius is listening to her, he should be ashamed of himself. That's what your damn grandmama told me.
What his dad said.
Your grandmama told me your mama was crazy, and that if you wanted to listen to your mama,
she's schizophrenic, and so is he. You both need medicine.
The grandmama said that if you wanted to keep listening to your mama, that Kiki needed to let you go. Because Kiki is a brilliant person, and Darius should be lucky to have her. So if you think she's a cunt, you think she's a whore, then why don't you take your limp dick and find the woman that you want to find? Why are you over my daughter's house? Why are you over my son? Call her cunt bitches.
My son.
A Mexican.
Why harass me though?
My son.
Why harass me? You don't have to harass me.
But for my son.
But you don't have to harass me.
Where's my son? Where's my son?
You just stop harassing.
Where's my son? That's all I'm just asking for. I'm not here for her. Armand Wiggins.
So that was Kiki's mother, who was the momager that never really.
That wasn't even all because the mom comes back in and say it again. Usher is gay.
Yes, she says it one more again.
She does. I was listening to it just rising like.
And then if y'all don't know who the brother is, Saronis.
Yes.
He is on Insecure, y'all.
Yes.
Did not know. That's who she's talking about. Saronis.
I believe he played opposite of Lauren London in the show as well at one point too.
I think so.
Because they said Lauren said he's crazy, or she allegedly that she has a dislike for him too. So let's talk about it, because this has become a lot from the pictures of him choking her over the couch and all these different things. He keeps saying, my son. That boy don't care about that son.
No.
That's a pawn for him. I know niggas like him. I was loving that she gave him the full fucking business. Now, Sean Davies Way, and I'm gonna call him by his name because he talked about this, and he said that if she was going to call Darius's brother out, then she got to call herself out, because why didn't she do anything as the mom? Keke Palmer is a grown-ass woman. And it's different when a guy is speaking to his brother like you are wrong than a mother like, please stop fucking with him. That's a difference, Sean. So I just wanted to say that, because that really, that's what that were.
and which is crazy because she even politely tried to keep the conversation between the brother and her very professional until she started seeing things go onto the internet, and she was like, it's getting out of my hand now. I need to just speak up. She had made a video after that, and she had spoke up again. That call was during the Usher incident, but she had spoke out again after that. And we all know Keke Palmer's mother is never really in the limelight. She's a momager that just stays out of it, lets Keke do what she wants to do. But this has really hit ahead for her. You have ring light camera photos, you have audio that's getting back, you have a lot of things showing that she's not lying. And she definitely has been trying to get away from this man. And also, I had talked about her album that came out, everyone, and I had figured, like, I felt like she was saying this man that she's with now is like a handler to her. And at the end of, because she created this whole thing on her own, that whole movie sequence for her album she created on her own, she let you know who were the handlers that were at the end of the credits. And I think right here she knew, oh, you trying to handle me. But no, I'm going to let them know you as well are another handler, and I'm going to put it up in here, and I want you to know that I know. But this ain't that kind of party. So I just wanted to indicate that. Go ahead, Aubrey.
This is toxic masculinity at its finest. Okay. Let's go way back, shall we? He is the same man to leak her photos, steal her phone. He was that man. He was also the same man that caught a bitch fit at her going to a fucking Usher concert. Man, you're allegedly gay. So at this point, why are you really mad? Is it because you may have a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 thing for Mr. Usher? Okay, is that what's going on allegedly? Because really they shitted on you 2 times 2 because he put her as a lead in his video for a popular song. So girl, what I'm trying to understand, and then to even know that the brother is full of shit. You were molded if you were his little brother. And they're saying to you and saying that y'all reputation is fucking horrible. Y'all have problems. You have situations. They're telling you to your face, you have a problem. You have pretty much ignored the fact that they're telling you that you have a problem and you don't want to acknowledge that you have a problem and you're still hollering and talking about you want your son. Why would I send my child, my baby, to a lost cannon of a mind? Really? Like, let it go. Okay? You're upset at the fact that you no longer can have Keke. Okay? She cannot be your beard anymore. She has really understood why this dick is limp. Because Keke is fine as fuck. Why the fuck your dick limp? Let's talk about it.
Did you see the video of when it was her birthday and she was basically saying, what do you like about me? And he was kind of giving her generic shit, like he couldn't say or didn't want to say what he liked about her, what he loved about her, what he thought was beautiful. Like he couldn't do it. It was almost like, you show up good and cook nice type shit.
Yeah.
Was how he hit her with the shit.
Honestly, can I be real messy real now? You can hear the gayness in his voice. You can hear it on the video. I want my son. I want my son. Give me my son. Yeah, I'm the dad.
It was the whole dad from Waiting to Exhale when she thought she was going to get him some, but he was like, listen, the last time was the last time. I'm gay.
Yeah.
Mama gave him the whole business. Yeah, I really agree with that. I feel like a lot of his brother was even saying, oh, I used to be like that. I'm no longer like that. I think it's terrible that he's like that. No, you don't. Y'all come from nothing but toxicity, and y'all are very narcissistic. And if I dare to say so myself, and allegedly, I feel the same way about the little boy that was dating Regine and his brother. I feel like they come from the same kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop, just be who the fuck you are, because you hiding who you are causes most of this toxic masculinity, like Charleston White. Nigga, just go sit your confused eyeball ass down somewhere. Nobody gives a fuck, Charleston. You know, like you keep going on this blue couch like you, yeah, because she's sneaking, you know why. I said, shut the fuck up. I just wouldn't, that don't even have nothing to do with it. I just wanted to tell him to shut the fuck up. For real. You know. I really did. I just wanted to say that shit. Let me clear this up. Miss Jackie just texted me and was saying that her comment popped up at the end, although I guess she was behind and watching the video. And when she said you are evil, she said she was commenting because of the question was posed, what was sin? What were you taught about sin? And she said that you were evil. So when I end the live, she was kind of right there in starting the live right there. And so I apologize to Miss Jackie. We were texting, having a whole conversation. She's like, no, governess, no. Like, no. She was like, I would never say that. So I told her I would come and clear that up because it was the last comment as I ended the live. That's what I saw. And then when the comments in the comment section, someone said I was a demon. I said, oh, here we go with this shit, you know. So Miss Jackie Garrett, I have to find and unblock her now because I understand, and we got that squared away and taken care of. So gratitude to Jackie Garrett for reaching back out. Like, girl, no, I just bought products and classes. Like, no, ma'am. So yeah, but I meant that to Charleston White. Like, you just called somebody and somebody was sexual assaulting someone, but you have video, sir, where you are talking about that you do. I'm just saying, I almost can't stand his guts at this point. And I was like rooting for the little gremlin at one point.
We all were, but the gag is he's just another one of them. The storyline has run stale.
He needs his name put back out there. He's always finding some way to get his name out there. Like, stop.
Mm-hmm. He's a male Jack one.
Can we just talk about it? I know we have some other time, but we out of time. We are like 3 minutes over the hour. And again, y'all, she's being evaluated for mental incompetency. And I heard that she's somewhere in Las Vegas, Nevada. That's interesting. And she's staying there because there is some sort of warrant out for her arrest in the state of Texas, in Dallas somewhere. And so she is fighting and running. Jackie, all you got to do is apologize to Quatita. And I still won't help you. I'm just saying, it may.
You almost had me there. I was on my Chicago shit. She had it coming.
No. In all of my rituals, I say no one can undo it, not even myself. She's done.
Fuck them, Jackie.
Most of them better quit playing with me before they be done. That's why they won't never say who the fuck they are. Because, bitch, if I go into my bag, bitch, you're going to see a whole 6 months like this bitch did. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. On my Glorilla shit.
Okay.
Facts.
That's Lola Brooke. Sorry.
I heard it in my head when I said it. I just like Glorilla's voice. I was trying to do her voice, though. I heard it in my head when I said it. They said that's not her. I don't care.
Charming. You will not. You could have let her have that.
No. Put me in the book.
No, I couldn't.
Put me in the book. Because if she would have did it, she was going in the book.
Yeah, nah.
You know,
I make it quick. I deliver it real quick.
Look at Rakaya. But that's not glow. I know the spirit said it before Charming can say it. I mean, put me in a book, but I was on my Glorilla shit. I wanted to, before we get out of here, let me show y'all this though, because we have a few topics that we did not get to. So let's just give the honorable mentions real quick, okay? The family who faces change, which is mine, and I'm just gonna show. I don't know if I have the pictures of them, but their faces, they look like. Let me just see, because I want to show it, because I'm going to show this picture first. My mind is confused. I want to show this picture because honestly, they look like this giraffe. Hold on, let me pull it up. And if y'all watch this video, I am not being funny. I am being so serious. They look like that giraffe. They really do. Their faces look just like that giraffe. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not being funny. I'm being serious. Now, Chaz. Now I'm going to show, if I can find it really quickly before we get up out of here. Chaz is crazy. The video, because to me they almost look alien-like, but we're like their whole little family, except for the younger sister. Her face is not like that. Hold on, I'm gonna get to it. Boss. I keep going past that dirty red where she's pregnant and she looked decent. That's the most decent I've never seen her look.
Covered up and clothed.
And should be with her mouth closed. Just okay. Okay, hold on. Oh, that was my other story. Damn, it was supposed to be my first story. Oh, damn. It didn't even make it to the list today. The young boy who accidentally murdered his girlfriend on the live. Yes. Where that was supposed to be my first story. She was on a Facebook Live saying something, and he was like, "You acting like a hoe." And she was like, "Okay, well, I'm a hoe then." And he jumped up and did something which I can only assume is choked her. And when he did that, whatever he did killed her in that moment. I'm going to play the audio just really quickly.
Days like today are no fun.
It's muffled like that, so. It's more to that, but I see some people say he shot her. I don't know. I didn't hear a gunshot, and it doesn't show it. It just says that he tragically, accidentally unalived her while on Facebook Live. And you know, there was a few of our topics that we did not get to, but I wanted to also say that during one of the panelists' topics, because I wanted to just say our men are showing up with such toxic masculinity inside of their energy because they don't know what the fuck they're supposed to look like. And so this is what's been promoted as masculinity, and it's not. Being able to control your woman. And that's why the fuck I feel the way I feel about Charleston White, because you keep promoting dumb shit. Y'all keep promoting stupid shit, but nobody is correcting this awful and fucked up ass behavior. So I just think it's a tragedy. And that video went on for quite a while. It was still some more to it. But I just think it's crazy. So we can kind of chime in really quickly on that, panelists.
Well, I just think it's messed up because of the fact that you didn't notice if it wasn't choking, that you were taking the life out of her, and then he screamed help after. It's really sad, to be honest, but was it that deep, though?
All
People
she
be
said
going
was,
under.
hold in, you know.
I feel like
And you're
people be
right
going
next to her.
under. It's like the same thing as the mom. Like I feel like the mom in the daughter situation. Like people get like go under, and then they can't control nor see nor feel what they're doing, and then when they come back up, they're like, oh no. And it's like, you know, you didn't know what you were doing, you know, and obviously they don't, but it's kind of like, where do we stand on like accountability, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you know, we know you probably got something fucked up wrong with you, but still, like,
Like Carmel Drizzle said in the chat, people think that being toxic is attractive. It's
right.
not. It's not. You've done whatever you did. I can't tell you what he did. Whatever he did, he took her life, and you did it in a public forum. You know what I mean? Like that shit to me is crazy. Anyway, the other honorable mentions were the breakup of Yo Gotti and Angela Simmons, and great. Go pay your bills, Angela. They keep saying that she's being evicted and different things like that. She don't want to pay her bills, and I'm sure she has the money, you know, but whatever to that. Here's the fucking family that I was talking about with the face. Hold on, let me bring me to the screen, you guys. The shit is crazy, their faces. If Aubrey don't close her mouth.
Out of the 6 children of the Manorang family, 4 of them are living with an undiagnosed and incredibly rare facial condition that has caused their faces to change.
They're TikTok famous. They do dances, they sing, they're TikTok famous.
Despite many suggesting that the family had been cursed, they have realized their condition must be genetic, as their father is also affected, but their mother was not.
I don't know why Aubrey is down there looking like that, child.
All I'm hearing is them is not from here, and the ones that look like regular is they handlers. That's all I'm hearing. I'm sorry. Okay.
Now I'm gonna show y'all this one more time. Did he not look like that?
He did.
He sure did. Wow. He did. So they giraffe people?
And she just didn't get the genetics to be a giraffe?
Let me give y'all the other honorable mentions. from everybody else who maybe did not get their topics in tonight. And we're gonna get out of here. Ooh, what else do we have? The family whose faces changed. That was what I just showed you. Oh, the Melanite woman Carbon that was groomed by the 25-year-old Genome, and fires burn cities to build smart cities. We did not get a chance to talk about that really quick. You want to just tap on it real quick? Because I think, and the other one was Aubrey's, the Dr. Umar and hip hop controversy.
Yeah, just real quick on the smart cities, y'all. There are fires going on all over the country right now, and each spot where these fires are happening, they are in development for smart cities. And then for the other story, it was a 15-year-old Melanite girl who was groomed by a 25-year-old Genome. He ended up having children with her. Complete racist. They ended up going to court. The courts ended up giving the racist dad full custody of the kids. He calls them his little nigglets and all kinds of craziness. But yeah, so maybe I could try that next week. Play it next week. But that's the gist of it. Yeah.
Charlene, you haven't been here in 6 months, Charlene?
Yo, when I say you are the bomb, girl, I had just saw that and looked like.
Me too. I looked at it, the comment, and she said, Charlene.
Right.
That's how fast
Like,
it was.
I saw your whole energy shift. Like, oh shit, what happened? Okay.
Like, if the person ain't here, they ain't here for a reason.
Dr. Umar, hip hop controversy, Aubrey?
Okay, so pretty much, Dr. Umar was breaking down how hip hop has not benefited African Americans. And his take on it was about a minute long. Pretty much how he broke it down, I agree with everything that man said. No lies told. Because at the end of the day, we glamorified the fuck out of hip hop. We brought the violence with it, the guns, the money, all the girls, like all of that. It was not, it was placed here. It was something that you can be able to go into a genre. But if you're going to make a genre your own, you should have been able to make it better than what it is. That is why hip hop is so horrible today, because of the shit that we glamorize with it. It's no longer hip hop. It's a Hollywood movie scene full of rap people. That's pretty much what it is. But his take on it, he pretty much broke it all the way down. So we probably can revisit that probably next week. I'll probably put it on the docket for next week so we can really have a discussion about it, because I really feel like that y'all should hear that.
Come on, Charming.
I forgot that we was over time. So I was like, oh wait, no. We're just doing a recap real quick. We can talk about it next week, but I was gonna say that I kind of touched on it earlier when we met, but when we had the meeting, but that may be true. But also we've done talked about all of the labels. We didn't talked about the handlers in the industry. Like now, we didn't talked about the meetings they didn't had where they literally tell them like, we are having a meeting with all the most famous rappers, so we could like we're having a meeting with the prison. Remember, I don't remember the rapper. I think it was like Lazy Bone or Crazy Bone or one of them. They had the meeting with the prison industry so that they could make music that literally pipeline everybody to the prison. So I agree, but also I don't like to say like, oh, black people or melanites are fully in charge of this, because if we trapped in a corner where we trapped, if they make the bed for us and we laying in it, then that's what the results are. So we could keep going next week if you want to do that.
Okay. All right. Well, our last honorable mention would be, or our last two would be sacrificed animals. and I don't know who brought that in, but sacrificed animals, and the gospel singer Rude Delta Flight. And let's just end it by saying, if we're all on a flight, nobody fucking cares and wants to hear you sing, period. And I'm gonna be really pissed if I'm on a fucking flight and you start bringing that Jesus oppressive ass energy in that motherfucker. I'm gonna be very angry. I don't want to hear that shit. It was rude and disrespectful. Fucking period. It was rude and disrespectful, and you don't know who praises in what way or worships or believes in what. Everybody always want to push their own bullshit on somebody else. Nobody gives a fuck. Get on the flight and sit the fuck down, and let's go. I was nominated. Yes, I was nominated for a Grammy. Nobody gives a fuck, girl.
She was like, what y'all think? And he was like, I'm asking you. She said, well, I'm asking y'all. Like, girl, we think what he think because we want the plane to take off.
Please.
I'm supposed to have been there like 2 hours ago.
It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I'm going to just sing for y'all. Nobody asked her to sing. Well, they're enjoying it. Nobody said that, ma'am. Anyway, whoo, child, this was a lot today. I don't even know. We gonna get our good talking asses on up out of here. We love you to life. And Bliss and Carbon.
Don't trust no genomes. Don't trust no G nights. Until next time, Salitude.
Salitude. Peace.